Alright, welcome back everyone to Mission Chief. I just got done building a ton of stuff in Mission Chief. I just spent 5.8 million credits, as I just said in this little post down here. 5.8 million credits was the last video I just did literally like 2 minutes ago. Spent all my money, and of course with spending money, you need to make money to spend money. So currently we're at 69,000 credits, which we just spent everything. We're currently broke, and we need to start making some credits. I made a lot of that money on double credits. Um, Double credits is absolutely phenomenal when it comes on, which is very rarely, but it does come on very once in a while. So I'm just going to show you guys how I grind credits quickly, and just what it's like on my setup. So my setup is very, very simple as far as how I play the game. It's very streamlined. If you guys ever want to see a video on how I do my streamlining, I can definitely go over it. It's more or less ARRs, which are the alarm and regulation responses. You can see that I have all these here, from agricultural chemical leak and vehicle accident with entrapment. For instance, all these calls are streamlined to the exact units that are needed, nothing more, nothing less. But yeah, you guys can come along and see how I grind some credits. First thing I normally do when I'm grinding credits, you can see right here I have 126 calls that are pending right now. All sorts of different calls, big and small. Here's how we do it. All right, so first thing I do is I always duplicate the tab, and this is very, very useful. You will typically actually need to refresh the page just once, because it doesn't really load everything, and I don't know why. But then so we have our 2 pages here. So I start page 1 up here on the sinkhole no damage, which is the very first call, 1 out of 126 calls. And then I'll go on page 2, and then I'll bring this tab all the way down to about the midpoint, usually where about my bar is here. It really doesn't matter where it is. Everything will get called, everything will get done in the end anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So we just split 126 calls into 2. So that's 63 calls between page 1 and page 2 here. So you guys are going to see how I just answer these calls really quickly. With that being said, I do have a computer that has a touchscreen, so that's how I send ambulances to the stations really quickly. I don't typically, like when I'm doing all this, I do this all by mouse. It works a lot more quicker. And then the other thing is hotkeys, and I'll show you guys here in just a second on what I do. So let's get started. So sinkhole no damage, we'll come down here in our list. I know all these pretty much by memory. Sinkhole no damage, we'll go to difficulty breathing, serve eviction notice, next, burn a car, 1 engine, hostage taken. This requires 2 SWAT, of course I just messed up there, hostage taken, that requires 2 SWAT vehicles, as well as just some basic patrol cars. Chimney fire, sometimes I do respond the wrong unit on accident just because I'm going so fast, but you know what, that's alright. Counterfeit goods raid, this requires 4 police vehicles. I do have a little counterfeit goods raid thing here, but I know for a fact it does require 4 police vehicles. As you can see, if I press this, it's going to pop up the number 4, and if you go over to police, you'll see that there's already 4 police units selected there. So that's just how much I've played this game. I'd like to say I'm a veteran, but there's people in this game that play a lot more than me. Alright, and you may be saying, you're just pressing engine, but you're not actually hitting this button or anything like that. This is the main button that you want. Hotkeys, people. Hotkeys. So once I hit jet ski out of fuel, I will respond my 1 Coast Guard boat, queue up that unit, and then I'll go on my keyboard and hit S. This is, I believe it's house-wide in Mission Chief. If you press your S key, once you do this, it'll go to the next call. So it'll respond the unit and then go to the next call. So that's what I'm doing. Every single unit, I'm just hitting the unit, S. Gas leak, S. MVA rollover, I'm going to click the little tab here, and then we'll hit S on the keyboard. Sometimes I just throw units at the call. Some people might find the way I play is a little bit unrealistic. I would disagree. I think just the Mission Chief itself is a little unrealistic. Okay, truck and house wall. And you know what? I don't really care. You guys saw my if you guys just saw my most recent episode, excuse me, got a little bit of mucus in my fucking throat. it costs me a ton of money to build one station. If you were to build one station, one large station that is, it would cost 1.4 million credits to spend if it's a large station. And that's being generous. It's probably like it's probably like 1.5 million, but it could be like 1.4. It's probably cheating between 1.4 and 1.5 million for one station. Most people that start with this game, their stations cost a small station 50,000 credits, a new station 100,000 credits if that's a large. So yeah, that's just what I have to do. Like, it takes so much time to build one station. This is what people don't realize. Like, yeah, I have a lot of stations, but if my stations were still 100,000 credits each, I could be building states. Like, I could be building every single fire station in the state in a weekend. Like, if you gave me one weekend on like double credits, I could make, if I had 5.8 million credits, that would be 58 stations, roughly. It'd probably be a little bit less, just because if you're accounting for expansions and actually buying the apparatus and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna keep grinding here. At the second part of this video, we'll actually be, I'll be showing you guys some just different things. But yeah, let's just keep going, because we took a little detour on that, and I don't know why I stopped answering calls. I can usually chew gum and walk at the same time, but I don't know, I just didn't for some reason. Looks like my computer is just lagging a little bit here. Sometimes when I do answer calls this quickly, it does take some time just for the actual units to respond themselves. Oopsies. You can see how I just messed up because I was answering calls so quickly. Reported fraud 1. Police car. Landing gear failure. Yeah, this is a very streamlined system. You can see just how quickly I answer these calls. And if you think about just how much credits these calls actually yield, this truck and house wall probably yields about maybe 2.4K to 3K in credits. So you're talking about some serious money here. This roof fire probably does about 3,000, maybe 3.5K. So yeah, you can get some serious money real quickly in this game. And saying that I have 126 pending calls, that's quite a bit of money. I mean, at a bare minimum, you're talking 1,000 credits per call. So some calls are worth 500, some calls are worth 250, but I'm making some money, that's for sure. You can just see how slow my computer is actually going now. Sometimes when it gets to this point, I like to just do a quick little restart. I don't know if it's just my computer that's really shitty, or just the game that just takes so long to think. But I'd like to think it's just my shitty computer. My computer's really not even that shitty. I just got this computer like less than a year ago. But I would assume it takes a lot of thinking, especially when I'm going from tab to tab. It just doesn't know how to think. I'm just gonna get some to drink real quick. All right, search of a vehicle. This one does require a cannon unit, so I did a little hotkey for that. We got another search of vehicle in Foster City. And there we go. Burning substation. There we go. Typically, I do all my grinding off camera, but you know, this isn't the most sexy thing to do. I would assume for you guys this is extremely boring, but it can actually show you guys just how quickly you can answer calls and stuff like that when you get a good system like I do. Especially when you know the calls. If you know what apparatus needs to go where. As like a storage cupboard fire, I know that it requires 2 engines, and my system doesn't work for everyone, but it takes a lot of knowledge. Collision with a jackknife semi-trailer. I always forget this one. I think it's just multiple police cars. I believe it's like 3 police cars, but I would have to double check here. Oh boy. Let's just take a look here. Collision with jackknife semi-trailer. I believe it's 3 police cars. Let's just take a look here. It's 2 police cars. I was close. That is a call I actually don't get very often, but that's all right. So bale of straw fire, cardiac. Oh, whoopsies. Okay. Kayakers blown off course. Gas leak. Boat lost its mast. I get a lot of these boat lost its mast, mainly because I have the Coast Guard stations. Coast Guard station calls do make some decent money. They're probably yielding about 1,500 credits per call, which ain't bad at all, not gonna lie. Conflagrations, mediums, I think those you'll do about 6,000, maybe 6,500 on a good day. Unknown structure fire, burst water main. Yeah, once we're done with these calls, we're gonna do something a little special in an episode here. I'm gonna show you guys how to research vehicles and stations and stuff like that. So injured person, high voltage mass. We're just about done here. We're probably 30 some calls left. But that's pretty impressive, answering 126 calls in like less than a few minutes. I took a few little breaks, but I could probably answer these a lot quicker. Especially if I had 3 tabs open, you can see just the lag time. The time it takes just for the computer to think. I'm just quicker than the computer, I guess. And sometimes that actually kind of messes my stuff up, but that's all right. Yeah, it's a pretty easy system here, and it takes a while for me to grind credits. At the beginning of this video, we had 69,000. You can currently see they're currently ticking up. We're currently at 76,000. So the calls we just did like 30 some seconds ago are just finishing up now. Just those very small calls. Porta potty tip over. This one for some reason requires a hazmat. I don't know why I get so many porta potty tip overs, but I do. Very windy days, I guess. Kayakers blown off course. Yeah, all sorts of different stuff. Like I said, we're just about done here, and then we're gonna get to the good stuff. This will be pretty interesting stuff that you guys are about to see. But if you are gonna stick to the video, you might as well watch the whole thing. Am I right? So we have a radioactive exposure. Some days I wish I had, like, if I was like really good at coding, like on computer, and I could write scripts and stuff, I would totally. Now this is pretty unrealistic, or like some people were frowned upon this. But if I was really good with like coding and like a super nerd, I would totally make it so I could create an algorithm that answered calls while I was offline. Like, could you imagine I come back online and I have just like 2 million credits sitting there because all night long the computer was working and fucking making me credits, especially with double credits? It would be amazing. I wouldn't have to play the game, which would be really nice. Okay, so person trapped under machine. Okay. Small supermarket fire. Here we go. Light aircraft crash. But yeah, this game takes just so long to just do anything, and just that's kind of why I went to Coast Guard, because a Coast Guard station is cheaper than a fire station. A Coast Guard station is 500,000, and a new fire station is 700,000. If you make it a small, anyways. Okay, falling light pole. I'm sorry, I just keep getting a little messed up here. Oh, there we go. Don't look at that. You weren't supposed to see that. That is the little joke I played on someone. You just don't look at that. Promise me. Don't look. Okay, transporter fell on side. Driving under the influence of narcotics. Child locked in a vehicle. This requires just one of each. I got a sick person. Possible infectious outbreak. Burst water main. There we go. And yes. So I have my calls generating every 30 seconds. So even though I have 126 now, it'll, with the calls that I already completed, it'll be adding to my list as well. Crushed person. And there we go. We reached the end of page 1. So once we reach that, it'll start asking us to do some transports here. Page 2 still has just a few more units here. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So we have currently 20 out of 109 calls. So if we head down here, these are all going to be red. So usually what I do is I'll go back on page 1 here. We actually don't have 20 calls. These are just transports waiting. So you'll see it go from 20 calls just to something else here. So this is the part where my touchscreen comes in handy. I'm just using my my thumb and my finger just to quickly send units where they need to go. And typically I can press faster than the actual computer can think. So yeah. You can see here, it just takes a while. And I don't, this is the thing I hate. Like, I have to scroll all the way down just to send them to this police station, which is kind of annoying. It just, And then it glitches out like this sometimes, which really pisses me off. I don't know why it does it, but it's super annoying. Super annoying. Yeah, we just quickly just send these units where they need to go. And there we go. That's all the transports, and then it just does that. I don't know. So we just went from 20 calls to 16. We could just stay on this tab and just do 16 calls. But usually what I'll do is I'll just go halfway in between here. Car versus power line. Single vehicle fire and tunnel. This one, I don't remember what it is. Single vehicle fire and tunnel. There we go. I don't remember what units are there, but sometimes it gets a little wild there. So protester stuck on top of monument. That's a new call. I really don't like the call, but whatever. Unknown tanker spill. This one yield you some good money. Oh, looks like we are out of ambulances in San Francisco. Interesting. So we have a person injured. A sinkhole with no damage. And power line down. Garden shed fire. Tree on road. We're just going to send the mass casualty unit to the crushed person. This is sometimes where it comes in play that, yeah, I play a little bit unrealistic. Why would you send a mass casualty unit just to one person? Yeah, some people don't like that, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But yeah, that is all of our calls that we're gonna do today. All right, so we were at 69,000 credits. We're currently at 103,000, and we just finished answering the calls. So we made 40,000 while answering calls. We're currently at 98 calls out of what was originally 126 calls. But yeah, let's get to the nitty-gritty of this video. So when I left off on my last episode, we were building some central fire district fire stations, and we left off on fire station 4. So fire station 4 is right down here. And I looked at this little government center. I'm like, what is that government center? I don't know if it's the town hall or something like that. But when I was on Google, I was like, oh, fire station 4. And then I'm like, oh, what is this? A white roof with a black car, a typical California police car? Am I right? So I looked in here, and sure as shit, we have our little police department here. And it looks like the Google Maps car actually went in here. So in this video, we're going to go over how to do some research. This is going to be police, fire, EMS. And for the last one, I'm just going to show you guys how to do some helicopters, which is going to be kind of fun. We're going to do police helicopters and probably just some medical helicopters as well, but it'll be briefly the same thing. Okay, so you can pretty much type in Google Maps at any point your cities that you're trying to research name. We're going to start off with the police here just for an example, and I already found this one from my last video. I really didn't have to do a lot of work. But you can see that there's a lot of information here. We see that this is the Capitola Police Department. This could be like a substation potentially. You can also look at the doors sometimes. You can see the Capitola Police Department. So you know it's not a substation. Typically, if it is a substation, they will say it's a substation. But let's just head on the street here. So yeah, looking at this Crown Vic here, you can see that this is unit number 91. Sometimes they'll even say that if it's a canine, you'll see like a little, maybe like a dog symbol. Maybe you'll see in white lettering canine, or maybe it'll say something about a canine if it is a canine. Typically, the canine units will be like a larger unit, like an Explorer or something like that. But yeah, here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna come in here, and since we don't have any police built yet in Santa Cruz County, we are just going to make just a small little list, just somewhere here in our spreadsheet. We're going to do Capitola PD, and we're just going to make a general list of things we're going to do here for Santa Cruz County. We got a lot of stuff we need for Santa Cruz County just to finish it up. A lot of police. Fire stations are clearly almost done, as you guys I've seen in my previous videos. So you have Capitola PD, and what I like to do is I'll drop my little link here. Actually, yeah, we'll hold on. Control V. What the heck? Let's just go back here. Why don't we? There we go. Capitola PD, 422 Capitola Avenue, Capitola, CA. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to just bold that just for shits and giggles, and then we're just gonna do some research here. So what units are where? Let's see. So we just found the police department. Like I said, if you need to find a police department, what do you do? So let's just, randomly find a place here. Let's go to, so Grand Junction, what state are we in here? Colorado. So Grand Junction, Colorado. I have no idea where a police department is in this. I have never been to Colorado. So what are we gonna do here? Let's look up Grand Junction, CO Police Department, and it should find us the PD here. Oh wow, let's look at the station. This is not a bad looking station. I like that this is kind of lit up. That is quite nice. Very nice, very nice. Not bad. Wow. Yeah, not a bad looking police department. Few things I'd like to point out here. This could be a 911 dispatch center, just from basic information on how we research. So why do you guys think this is a dispatch center? Let's take a look at this picture right here. We can see that there's a giant radio tower here. This could imply that there is a 911 call center. It is a very high probability that there's a 911 call center here. I would almost bet there's a 911 call center here. You can see there's the thing right here as well, the antenna. But yeah, the Grand Junction Police Department. That's just a simple Google search on how to find the police station is the main thing. Sometimes it's public information. You should obviously know where your police department is, and it's a very publicly known thing where the police department is. What units are in the police department is a little bit harder. Now, if we go back to Capitola, this one's a little bit easier just because the police cars are actually exposed. If we're looking at Grand Junction here, you can see that this is a locked unit. Looks like there's probably police cars behind this brick wall here. And of course, the Google Maps car can't get in. Yeah, that's a little bit difficult sometimes. However, if they're behind closed walls, sometimes that's a little bit easier. What you can do is, let's just exit out of here. Let's go into satellite view, and let's just see if they park their police cars where I kind of said they were parking them. So it looks like, oh, what just happened? Okay, it's thinking. Where did it go? Come on. Okay, here we go. So Capitola. So this looks like the wall that was kind of showing here. You can see that we have police cars here. I don't know what kind of, I think this is a Crown Vic right here. This could be like a Chevy Impala type of police vehicle. I'm not sure. Then you could see a police truck. And this could be a Chevy Tahoe as well, or Explorer. I'm not sure, but my guess would be Chevy Tahoe. Okay, sometimes in California, actually a lot of the units in California will actually have unit numbers on top of the roof of the car. So it'll be like 01, maybe 398, or just different unit numbers. I know San Francisco, Los Angeles has a lot of their police units on top. So typically if the units are behind, if the police vehicles are behind like a wall and you can't find out, you can typically go on satellite view and actually find them. This is more or less California. It's not every area, but you can see that how many units there are and different stuff like that. But yeah, that's basic information on how to help you guys just a little bit here. But for instance, our Capitola Police Department here. Let's just see how we're going to do this. So first off, we're going to head into satellite view here. Or sorry, not satellite view. We're going to look into this ground Google Maps. Thankfully, this police parking area is very visible. So we're going to start marking down unit numbers. So this is going to be unit number 091. And unfortunately, I don't know why, but in spreadsheets, you can't put a 0. You can put a 0, but when you put like this, it just does 91. And I really hate that. So what I have to do is actually put an O there first. And then I have to do 091, and it just looks so stupid. I don't know why spreadsheets doesn't let you put 091 and then just autocorrects to 91. Quite annoying. But yeah, so let's keep going here. So we have 2 separate renderings from our Google Maps car. So this rendering was from July of 2017. So when we see unit number 91, and then this Tahoe with unit 112 here. 112. Hold up here. So it went from 2017 to December of 2022. So we have unit number 161 here. If you want to, you could put down what kind of vehicle it is, if it's a Ford Explorer or different stuff like that. This is unit 162. So we'll come in here and put in 162. And we'll just keep going up and down the line. This is unit 221. 221. Oops, 221, not 211. Anything else in this parking lot? Nope, doesn't look like it. So we'll go back to the street view here, because this is from a different date of July of 2017. So our units are going to be just a little bit different. Now the thing that I see here, this is a white truck, looks like, and it just says something East Officer. And if we just go here, Community Service Officer. Okay, that's what that is. It's hard to tell what the unit numbers are here. It looks like it's like 112. You can see right here on the the front here, it's there's the unit number there. Unfortunately, we can't find out. This is the far as we go for our information. If we went all the way back here, we still couldn't find it, even if we wanted to, unless it was like really clear. This looks to be like a, yeah, I don't know. This is also a police vehicle. It says Capitol Police on the back, but it looks like it's kind of like a shadow unit. There's like no white door, or maybe there is a white door, it just doesn't show it. But yeah, that's as far as the information that we're going to get from this exact image on this exact police department. So we're going to look up Capital One, CA Police Department. I know I spelled that very wrong. I do apologize. Okay, so if we look here, we have our units. We can see that they have their little badge here on their unit car, and this is the exact same building. If we use our research skills, we see that this is the roof pitch of this exact building here. So we know that they have unit 161 at Ford Explorer. This is a Ford Explorer. And then we'll come in here, and you can already see that 161 is here. And when we went through our little thing here, we already jotted down unit number 161. All right, so we don't need to chart this one down just because we already have it charted down. We then have our Capitola Police here. It looks like from this picture we have no unit numbers, so it looks like it'll be pretty much useless for us. This one, on the other hand, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Unit 061, police dog, keep away. This is what I was talking about. Usually it says canine or something like that. So unit 061. Okay, we're going to have to put 061. And then I'm going to make a little note in here. So we're going to insert note, and this is going to be a canine unit. K9. Perfect. So Capitol Police has a canine unit. That'll actually make it a little bit easier for my actual like mission chief gameplay. Looks like they might have a police bike as well. Is this a Capitola Police? Let's just take a look in here. This looks like their badge, but it looks like they have bike 24. Let's see if we can get a better look of this police vehicle here. So it looks like they do have some different bike units here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They have a second canine unit. Hold on. Hold on just a minute. I think they have 3 canines here. Hold on. So this is their logo right here. We have 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom. Is this, hold on. This is the Capitol Police Department. I can't really directly tell, but I would be 99.9% sure this is the Capitol because it looks identical to unit number 061. So they have, 148 and 139 are both canine units. Easy information grab. Okay, let's see here. 139 and 148. 139, 948. And we'll just type in here just canine just for simplicity's sakes. Usually I would enter a note, but I'm just a little lazy to put in the exact note. But yeah, that's big information to find those units there. So Scotts Valley, unit number 64. We do have Scotts Valley in the game in Santa Cruz County. So Scotts Valley is right here. Should we make a quick little note? Yes, of course we should. So Scotts Valley PD. And this is why spreadsheeting is very easy. You can grab so much information because Google and Flickr are clearly thinking alike, that they're talking about Santa Cruz County. So this is just a huge information grab here. So yeah, Scotts Valley PD, we have unit number 64. And like I said, if you guys like to chart down and change the graphics pack on different units like that, when it comes to police, I just don't have time for it. It takes a lot of time to do stuff. What county is this? I don't know what county this is, but this is probably a canine unit for the county. I just don't know what county this is. This could be Santa Cruz County Sheriff's. And if it is, this is the ugliest police car I've ever seen. Hands down, this is the ugliest police car. This is probably the top 10 of the ugliest. Ranked number 1 is probably Michigan State Police. They have the ugliest police cars I've ever seen. But this is up there. Pretty hefty. I don't know if this is Santa Cruz County, which I would believe it is. You can see that this is unit number 083. High probability this is a canine unit. It just says stay back here. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a canine, but I would be pretty inclined that this is. Because this is a row of police vehicles that have canine units. This is a canine unit, canine unit, canine unit, and canine unit. So here's what we're going to do. If this is a canine unit, I'm going to save this information here. We're going to copy this, and then another date, I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to paste that link there. And then one day when I'm like, hey, I'm just going to clean up my spreadsheet, I'll click on this link, I'm like, what is this? And then I'll be like, oh, wow, okay, there we go. Anyways. Oh, look at this. A Santa Cruz Sheriff canine car. Look at that. Easy. Look, easy information grab. Okay, so I hope that explained police units on how to do some information with that. Next up, we're going to do some fire. This one should be pretty... This one is actually a lot easier. It really depends on the station. So yeah, let's just get rid of all this Capitola. I'll come back and research more Capitola just on my own off screen. But this is more of a tutorial video, not fully an information grab on an exact department. I'm sure Capitola just has a few more police vehicles than this. Clearly they're all patrolling right now and we can't grab their unit numbers. But yeah, that's all right. Okay, so up next we're going to look up the fire department. I would also like to point out this. I almost guarantee that there's a 911 dispatch center here. 99% sure there's one here. I could research it and almost prove it, but we'll do that another time because it would just take a little bit more time just to find 911 dispatch center. Though that's just a whole nother realm, and yeah. All right. So since we're in Grand Junction, let's look up the fire department. Since we're here, I've never looked up research on this before. So let's look up Grand Junction, Colorado Fire Department. Let's see what it looks like. How many fire departments we have. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, and 6. So it looks like there's potentially 6 fire stations here. There could be potentially a 7th one at the Grand Junction Regional Airport. There could very well be one here. It just doesn't say it. When it comes to airports, they don't always say it. Oh, hold on. Grand Junction Air Center. Is this the fire department? No, it's not. Okay, that's just like a maintenance yard. But if we're looking here, if we're talking about information, you can see that there's a huge red stain here. There's also one right here with a plane parked. My thoughts are this could be a Colorado firefighting air station. Like they refill here or something like that. It looks like there's some sort of like nozzle here. I almost guarantee that they fill planes here with fire retardant. This is most definitely fire retardant staining. So there would be, I almost I almost guarantee that there's some sort of fire retardant thing going on here, some sort of helitack station, air refill station, almost guaranteed. And these could be the tanks. And this helicopter, this could be a retardant dropping helicopter. So, very easy information to find if you know what you're looking for. I've developed a lot of skills over the years of researching to find what I need to find. Yeah, moving on. Okay, so the Grand Junction, I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked here. Okay, we need to find out what apparatus goes where. Like I said, I haven't ever researched this department before, but we're just going to do a simple research here. So let's, because I'm lazy, let's just look up this Grand Junction Fire Department. We'll just, copy this. When I say Control C, if you, instead of hitting, right click and then copy, you can just do Control C, and then to paste, you just do Control V, and then just hit enter. So right now we have Grand Junction County, or not county, Colorado Fire Department. If you look at images, we can see that their engines are here. We can see just a ton of information here as far as information goes. You can see that they use like mid-mount trucks here. So we have truck 1. So truck 1 is most likely at station 1. And it looks like, based on the information here, it looks like they run their own EMS out of their fire stations. So it looks like they don't have a private EMS service. They have a fire department EMS service. I go into a lot more research than what I'm going to show here. This is just bare minimum of what I do. I could do like a whole in-depth video on like very, very hidden not police departments, fire stations that are just, you don't find a lot of information. Okay, so this is just basically what they look like, all their apparatus, yada, yada, yada. We don't really look at this too much. You can go down all these units right here. You can write down engine 2. Engine 2 most likely goes to station 2. You can go down here and write down all the apparatus if you want. But you can bypass that and just go right to the source. Typically, you're going to find information on the fire departments in 3 different places. Number 1, the actual city's fire department. The city's website, the fire department city's website. Sometimes they'll have spreadsheets, well, not an exact spreadsheet, but they'll list what units are where, just for being more transparent in the community, yada yada yada, which I actually appreciate. As a mission chief player, I do appreciate that. It makes my life so much easier. Some of it gets outdated really quickly, especially when they don't update in 15 years, or whatever. Sorry about that, just grab some drink. So, first one is the city website. Number 2 could be a Wikipedia page. Yeah, everyone's heard about Wikipedia. Yeah, anyone can change it, but anyone can change it in a good way. So Wikipedia, and the third one is called Fire Fandom. Let's just take a look at the first option. Let's look at the Grand Junction Fire Department website. Let's see if it says where the apparatus are. Join our team, request records, right along. Don't really see anything here. Let's see here. I don't think we're going to find what we're looking for here. Ambulance service, annual reports, crew schedules, employment opportunities, EMS and fire operations. Our stations. So if we look at our stations, it'll probably list every single station that they have and then potentially what units are where. It does. It does. Oh my god. Look how easy this is. This is just how easy it is. Okay. So station 1, it'll show you everything. They have 1 battalion chief, 1 EMS officer, 1 ambulance, 1 fire engine, and 1 heavy rescue. Whoa. Okay, so we have our ambulance clearly here. We have our engine. Where's our engine? Doesn't show the engine in this picture, but you can see, I believe this is the heavy rescue here. I don't believe this is the engine. This is definitely the heavy rescue. We have our ambulance here. And then I'm going to assume this is our EMS officer or our battalion chief. But I'm going to assume this is our battalion chief. But it's hard to tell. And then station 2, we have 2 ambulances and 1 engine. We have an engine here, and then our ambulance. But yeah, this shows everything that you need to know. Ambulance, engine, brush engine, SCBA trailer. I mean, it's loaded with information. Look at here. Ambulance, 12-hour ambulance, 1 ladder truck, 1 brush engine, 2 desert rescue ATVs. since it doesn't exactly say the engine numbers or anything like that, you would probably have to go in manually and find the information. But you can almost guarantee that it says there's one engine here at station 8. You can almost guarantee that engine 8 is going to be at station 8. Engine 7 is going to be at station 6. And yada, yada, yada. But yeah, that's using the city. Up next, we're just going to check the Wikipedia page. We're going to look up Wikipedia. And this will probably show a spreadsheet of everything that we need to do. List of stations. I don't think this will show. No. So it looks like Grand Junction doesn't have a Wikipedia page for the fire department, but that's all right. We move on to our third option. This one is called Fire Phantom. This is a database of almost every single fire department in the country. And this has information just from normal individuals. Maybe the fire department personnel that actually work there will add information to this website. You guys are really going to like this site. This is one of the most helpful ones. If you get any information, I would probably check here first, and then I'd maybe go to Wikipedia, and then the third one is probably check their stations, the city's website, if you absolutely can't find information. But this is Fire Phantom. This is going to be very nice. So this will show you exactly what units are where. Pretty much the exact same thing that the city's website said, but it'll show you in more depth. So Station 1 has Battalion 1, Medic 1, Truck 1, Rescue 1, and Ambulance 1. Very easy. You could just write this in the spreadsheet or just use this information just as is. Fire Station 2, Engine 2, Ambulance 2, Ambulance 12, and so on. All this information is just super easy to find. The website, the city's website, didn't say this. It didn't say Engine 5, Tender 5, all this information here, but it's here because someone went in and changed all this stuff. It also shows you kind of what the vehicles will look like. This is a 2021 Pierce Enforcer engine. So you could look up, you could just copy this and just enter it in Google Images, and it'll show you a picture of the engine. Maybe not the exact engine for the exact city, but it'll show you what the engine looks like. But it looks like the administration building has some pretty good stuff here too. 4 chiefs, sorry. Chief 1, 2, 3, 6. Investigator 1 for fire investigator. PIO, I'm not exactly sure what that is. I would assume it's like maybe prevention. I don't know. Maybe something IO, which is invest. I would assume the IO was like. Oh no. This could be P10. This could be prevention 10. I think this is prevention 10. Yeah, a ton of information on this website. But yeah, that pretty much just goes over everything with the fire department. You can also just make sure you correlate this information with Google Maps. Make sure you're putting your pins on the right spot. And when I say that, I mean like right here. When I say putting the fire pin over the fire pin, put it over the fire pin. Okay, up next, we're just going to do... I don't know, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. This one's going to take just a little bit longer. So in this case, we're going to do, this is going to be one that I've researched before that I think it'll be a little bit easier. So we're going to do an AMR station. This isn't in my area. I've actually never built this station before in Mission Chief, but I've actually done a little bit of research on it. So this is going to be an AMR station. AMR is American Medical Response or something like that. I don't really have AMR in my area, but I believe that's what it stands for. And when I say in my area, I mean where I'm in real life, not in Mission Chief, but I believe it's American Medical Response. We're going to look up AMR and then Contra Costa County. Actually, we're just going to look up Contra Costa. Okay. This is the building that we want. This is the AMR station we want. I've researched this before, and I can assure you guys this is what we're looking for. Okay, so first off, to guarantee that this is the AMR station, you can actually see AMR right here. You can see the Department of Agriculture is here. We don't really care about the Department of Agriculture. But we for sure see that at building number 2400 is the AMR. You can see the logos right here. It's the A, the red A with a little like EMS symbol right here. But here's the main part. Here's what we're going to do. Yes, the AMR station is here, but I know for a fact where the EMS units are. Before we get too far here, this EMS station is stacked. It is There's so many ambulances here. You're gonna drool. So we're gonna go in the back here, and luckily the Google Maps car went behind here. So right now you can see that there's looks like there's an EMS supervisor here. You can see that on the front hood here. You can see that there's 90061 right here for the unit number, and then it says paramedic supervisor. And then we have 3 ambulances here, and then we have a DMSU unit. This is a California Disaster Medical Support Unit. But yeah, you can see that there's 3 ambulances here. Just wait until I go to the next screen. Okay, no, not this one. This one. Look how many ambulances are here. We have our paramedic supervisor. We have more ambulances. You can even see in the back here that there's even more. So what do you do with this information? Well, start charting your information. How I did it with my Capitola PD, start writing down the unit numbers here. You clearly know that they're here. So either they're stationed out of here or they're just refilling for some reason. But you can start writing down the numbers here. You see that there's unit number 0039 and then 6 this could be. So you can just write that down, and then right over here we have, it looks like 18 something. I can't really tell from here, but you can definitely write down all these information. 961, like I said, write those cars down. Write all those unit numbers down. You can see that there's AMR here. So write down 03622. Just all of this. Look how much EMS is here. This is the most wild station I've ever seen, but there's just an abundance of information. Unit number 16122, a paramedic ambulance, EMS supervisor here. I mean, write that down. You in this game, you're gonna need all this information. And if you're a realistic player, you're gonna need this. So like I said, the EMS supervisor here, unit number 52330. Write that unit number down. Almost every single city vehicle, county vehicle, state vehicle has a unit number just for tracking and like maintenance reasons. Yeah, to write these unit numbers down. There's even vehicles back here. We have unit number 49092, and this is probably a paramedic supervisor. Oh, it says mobile health team, so this could be a fly car. Like I said, write these unit numbers down. So that's EMS. That's how to basically find EMS. Like I said, kind of like with the police vehicles, sometimes you'll even see unit numbers on top of the vehicles. This one doesn't have it. These units don't have it, but other ones do. Okay, up next, we're going to do helicopters. I'm going to grab a quick little swig of water here. All right, this one can be a little bit more challenging and definitely for the more veteran people. Okay, let me just get situated in my chair real quick. My butt's getting a little sore from sitting my ass here too long. Okay. Let's do some research. Okay. With that being said, we're going to start off with EMS helicopters. This will probably be a little bit easier than finding police helicopters. Just because police helicopters are a little bit more of a specialty unit, and the police departments really don't want to let people know where the police helicopters are. They also don't want you to let you know where the SWAT trucks are either, just for reasons. But yeah, let's find an EMS helicopter. So in California we have CalStar. Like I said, I'm not from California, but they have CalStar here. They also have Reach, whole abundance of different providers. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look up CalStar helicopter. This will bring us to their main page here, and CalStar is like a conglomerate of just different EMS providers in here. But here's what we're gonna do. I've actually been on this site before, so it'll kind of help you out here. So they have a fixed wing and a rotor wing helicopter. So this is a rotor wing, and then we have fixed wing, obviously because the wings don't move, yada yada yada. So let's just do some basic information here. Information grab just by their main page here. Up first, we have their helicopter. With this information, the main thing that you're going to see here is the tail number, which is the registration number, which is also known as the N number. So this is going to be November 832, and then CS, which is the CS is CalStar. Sometimes the number, the letters at the end can be different. They can just be any number or any letter. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to find this helicopter. Maybe not this exact helicopter, but we can probably find it. Almost guaranteed. Excuse me. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Flight Aware. This tracks aircraft in a very, very awesome way. If you haven't checked this site out, definitely check it. If you like commercial airlines and stuff like that, tracking helicopters, you can see there's a Coast Guard helicopter. This is clearly fake, but very close. So we're gonna look up November 832 CS. N832 CS. And this will give us the registration details. So this helicopter was last deployed 9 hours ago on a medical call. Landed 9 hours ago, and they transported from San Luis Obispo to Santa Maria, California. This is the flight path that they took. Looks like they went from the north to the south here. Let's just take a look. We're going to find this exact helicopter's base, most likely here. So if we look, it's very hard to know where exactly it went out of. This helicopter could be transporting from a hospital to a hospital. It couldn't have. It could have been a lot of different places. So this helicopter appears to be going to. Let's see here. Let's see where it goes the most, because where it goes the most, it means that's where it's based out of. So departure looks like they went from Santa Maria Medical Center to the an airport, which is typically where helicopters are based out of, just because at the airports they have the gas there, they have maintenance facilities. That's where they're based out of. So it looks like it went from the hospital to the airport, which is at SMX. It looks like it went from SMX to some call near Camp Roberts. So it looks like it went from the airport to that call. And then it went from potentially another call, which is Bob Hope, which could be a hospital, back to Santa Maria. So my guess is 9 out of 10. I'm at 99.9% sure that this helicopter already is based out of SMX Airport at Santa Maria. Looks like it went from the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center to Santa Monica, and then back from Santa Maria Airport to Santa Monica. Yeah, we just see a lot of Santa Maria here. SMX, there's a ton of it. So my guess is this helicopter is based out of MSX or SMX. Just based on that basic information here. It's not always that easy, but sometimes a bit different. I actually didn't research this in advance. This is just very easy information to find. All right, up next, we're gonna find the service area. Like I said, I've been on this site, but I actually haven't researched this exact helicopter, mainly because wherever this helicopter is based out of isn't in my area, so I don't really care about this helicopter. I don't really have any helicopters in my area, period, yet. So let's go to service areas. Then this is where it's going to be coming in handy. So we know that this helicopter is based out of Santa Maria, which I'm not exactly sure where that is, where Santa Maria is. Let's see, Santa Maria, California. Where is this? So SMX, looks like this is... So just north of Los Angeles, maybe by 1 or 2 hours, northwest of Los Angeles. So let's look at our service areas here. So looks like, according to this, they do have a base out of Santa Maria. So Santa Maria is here. This will show you the flight time and all their bases. All their bases are here. We have a helicopter base in Gilroy, Watsonville, Salinas, and this looks like it's an airplane base in Bishop. We also have a Reach helicopter in Victorville. So CalStar has confirmed that there is a medical base in Santa Maria, which we already knew that there was a base there before we even was confirmed that there was a base here. So we know that there's a base in Santa Maria. My guess is, and I am almost 100% sure that this base is already based out of the Santa Maria Regional Airport or International Airport or whatever airport is here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to SMX, and then airport. Super easy. Once we're here, oh boy, this is a big boy. This is a big goddamn airport. God damn it. This might take a little bit longer. So what we're going to look for is going to be a helicopter. Really just any helicopter, but in particular the CalStar. Clearly, that's why we're here. This helicopter is going to be very easy to find as it's orange with a very significant blue tail with a little bit of white in it. So we're going to try to find the exact hangar that this helicopter is stationed out of. Now, if we were unlucky, the helicopter would be out on a flight, and it would be a pain in the ass to find this helicopter. But we could still find it in other ways, even if this helicopter is on a call. Of course, this had to be a large airport. These are all just meant for small little planes. We're probably not going to find it in here. These are all small little planes too. Most likely not over here as well. Looks like there's nothing over here. What is this? Is this like a firefighting helicopter? Or not helicopter. Firefighting plane. This could be a firefighting plane. I'm not exactly sure. Looks like it's Coal Sun airplane. Yada yada yada. That's all right. We do have a helicopter here, but this is not the helicopter. This appears to be some sort of transport helicopter of some sort. Right here. Look at this. This is the CalStar aircraft. Now, this might not in particular be this tail number. This in this exact photo, that might not be this. This could be a different helicopter with a different tail number. But we know here that this is most likely the base. So a lot of the times, of course, employees work here. The pilots, the flight nurse, and the flight paramedic. So this could very well be the pilot, the flight nurse, and then the paramedic as well here. This could, like I said, very well be the base. Let's see. CalStar 7. So it looks like they actually dropped us a pinpoint here, and they said CalStar 7 is here. So usually they need a place to keep their aircraft. They can't just leave it outside the whole time. So most likely CalStar isn't based out of here, but it could be something here. There could be just like a thing here. This could be linked with CalStar 7 hangar here. Or here, I'm sorry. Any of these bases could be CalStars, but most likely, according to this information, it could be here. So CalStar 7. Let's look at the photos here. It looks like there's no photos that say that CalStar is here. But according to this sign, CalStar, there's a little arrow that points here. So CalStar could be here, but this looks like a very outdated place. But according to this little road sign here, CalStar is in one of these buildings. With a little bit more research and different stuff like that, if we literally looked, just do it right now. Let's look up CalStar. And what city is this? Santa Maria? Let's look up CalStar helicopter. And then Santa Maria. Now, if there's a picture of the helicopter base in any of these photos, we can definitely go back to our information here. This one might be a little bit more difficult to find, but yeah. I don't think we're going to find the information here. Yeah. But yeah, all the information is here on Google to find any of this information. So that's the EMS helicopters. Last up, I'm just going to show you just a quick little video. Not really video. Well, it'll be a video for you, technically, because you're watching YouTube. Let's just close all these tabs real quick here. Why don't we? We don't really need these anyways. So last up, I have an alliance member in my departments have changed. Okay, we don't really read that. I was just reading some alliance chats here. So my alliance member, he has started up in Oakland, and he's like, I want to build a police helicopter base. And I'm like, good luck with that. He's not very good at researching. He's very young, so he's not very good at researching, nor... Yeah. Anyways, whole nother story. But he's like, I want to find the air station, the helicopter station. So I helped him find it. And just off the bat here, I'm going to show you guys that this is his base, this is the hangar, and all this stuff here. But I'm going to show you guys how I helped him find it. I found it within 5 minutes. It was actually very easy to find. With him, it took him practically like 24 hours to find it. like in my way of helping him to find it, I knew where it was the whole time, and I was just slowly giving him hints. I'm like, hey, maybe you should check the international airport, or hey, maybe you should do this. But I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I helped him find it. So we're gonna look up the Oakland police helicopter. Oakland police helicopter. We're gonna go to images. And we're going to find a very specific photo that I helped him find. This photo right here. Now with this photo, do you think you could find this exact base? Even though I just showed you where it is, with this photo alone, do you think you could find it? Maybe. But with this information up here, Oakland's Police Department's Argus helicopter lands at the Northfield. This is a very poorly written article. I don't know why it says Northfield at Oakland, California International Airport on Wednesday, June 4th, 2014. So it says that it's at, this picture was taken at the California International Airport, or sorry, Oakland, California International Airport, I'm sorry. On the date really doesn't matter, but we know it's at the international airport. Now with this photo, we know a few things. For one, the police helicopter is landing at this mobile pad here. We also can see that there is a police car, a little cruiser in the back here. So we know that this exact position, if we can find this exact spot in Google Images, Google Maps, Google Earth, here, we have found the base. And that's exactly what I took this exact picture and I said, this is a very unique building with these little arches here. I wonder if we can find that in Google. And I did. And it took me some time, and I knew like, oh, there's this very specific roof truss here with these like little shipping container looking things, and then this little weird looking thing. And I'm like, I bet you I can find that at the international airport. So what did I do? Let's take a look. So I went to the Oakland International, let's just cheat. Let's just do that. Oakland International Airport. And I said, oh, wow. So we knew that this was the terminal hub. This is all for commercial flights, yada, yada, yada. You can see those large planes here. So it's not going to be over here. But if you look over here, this is a lot more like casual dining type stuff, you know. Not really dining. I'm just messing around. It's just like low priority aircraft here. So yeah, I'm like, you know what? It's probably going to be over here. It's definitely not going to be at this main international port. That's all right. So what did I start doing? I looked at every single one of these hangars. I started from the south here and we just worked my way up. I'm like, oh, this is not the building. And we're looking for that very specific building. We're just going to close this tab. We're not looking at Calcer anymore. This one can get closed. Like I said, we're looking for this very specific building. I'm like, all right, we're going to find that. So looked at every single one of these, looking for that specific roof, looking. And this is exactly what I do. This is like in-depth searching. This is what takes the most time, but if you're skilled at it, you can definitely find it a little bit easier. And I said, oh wait, is this the building with this very specific roof truss in the back? I think it is. Here, I'm actually gonna close this spreadsheet as well. I think it is. So what did I do? And I'm like, let's just double check that this is it. And then I'm like, oh wait, these are little like shipping container looking things with the little corrugated. Am I right? You can see those little upright corrugated looking things, corrugated upright things. Then I'm like, what about this little thing right over here? Oh wait, is this it right here? And then, this is the best part. Are you ready for this? This is how you know you reached the right spot. Oh wait, what is this? On this little mobile platform? What? A little mobile platform with this exact helicopter? Crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So yeah, that's what I do when I research. Yeah, that's a little snippet into my life and just how the depths I go to research things in this game. Yeah, that was a wild ride, and I'm glad I got to bring you guys on that. If you stayed to this whole video and you didn't skip out on me credit grinding for a little while and you guys being able to see that, I think this is very helpful information. If you are a real life, well, not real life, if you like to put stations where they are in real life and put the units in real life where they actually are, this can help you quite a bit. But no, this was very satisfying when I found this. I found this in about 10 minutes. Like I said, the guy, he took a little bit longer to find it, but you look on here, it's hangar 7, and over here it's hangar 8. But when he built it, he actually built it on the wrong hanger. I told him, I'm like, make sure you put it on the right hanger, and he didn't. He put it on the wrong hanger. He put it over here first, but this is the correct hanger. And I said, dude, if you're gonna research it, you might as well put it on the right hanger. But how do you know it's the right hanger? How do I know that he probably thought this was the right hanger? He's like, oh yeah, that's the hanger. That's the hanger. But nope. If you look at Langley Street here, Langley Street goes all the way down here, just very straight. So let's look at the maps here. So this is Langley Street. So you can see that Langley Street goes south here, all the way down. But this is hangar 8. That's not our hangar. We're looking for hangar 7. So we know that hangar 7 is just south of Langley Street and just in between Langley and whatever other street is here. So we know that Langley Street goes way down here, and this is hangar 7. This is hangar 8, and this is probably hangar 9. So I said, no, you gotta change it. You gotta put the Oakland Police Department helicopter on the actual helicopter hangar. So yeah, that is just a look into my life. I hope this video helped you guys on how to do things. I would like to point out that the place we found in Colorado, I don't even remember the name of it. Grand something. I almost guarantee that there is a 911 dispatch center there. I'm actually very curious, and I don't think I'll do it on camera, but I think off camera I'll probably, just to satisfy my brain, I'll probably just research it and find out. But yeah, I really hope this video helped you guys in any way. And when you're naming these helicopters, use the tail numbers. Use the N510 PD for the name of the vehicle. I don't know why you wouldn't, but yeah, that was very satisfying to just reverse image search this, just all by mind and using publicly used resources. So it's very fun to investigate cities and find what their resources look like. It took me a long time to actually find the San Francisco SWAT trucks and the bomb squad units. That was a whole other story, and that probably took me about 30 minutes to find them, just because cities don't want you to find SWAT trucks nor their bomb squad units. So I found it though. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope this helped you at least somewhat for police, fire, or EMS, or helicopters too. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. I probably won't be publishing another video in quite some time. I'll probably do some tutorial videos maybe in the next month or two, but I will just